And good day, everybody, and welcome to Coffee Jolt with me, Johnny Cleveland. It is a Wednesday right before noon Eastern, 11:57 if you're keeping track, 11:58 as we continue this conversation. Hope all of you are doing well out there. If you're watching us right now live on YouTube, the X, or Facebook, you can listen to us later on Apple, Spotify, anywhere you listen to your podcast. And join us tonight. I've got a special Stadium Mustard and Cincinnati Chili show coming up for you with my colleague Troy Current. He's back. We're going to be talking food, more food, and sports. So those are all good things that go together. Hope all of you are having a pleasant Wednesday and your summer's going well, and it's hotter than Hades out here in Columbus region today. I think we're getting up toward that 100-degree mark, what it feels like. Speaking of talking about time changes, we heard the House pass the thing for the time not to change and whatever, to keep the time as it is, not do the whole daylight savings time. But it still has to go through the Senate. So do you like that? I mean, that's been an ongoing conversation if you're watching on or listening to things or reading things on social media platforms. I know it was interesting. I read somewhere back in 1974, the United States actually did pass this getting rid of daylight savings time and actually started it. I don't know if you have go back and read, do a Google search on daylight savings time. And according to what I read, and I think it's accurate, they started it, they passed it, they started it, and they gave up on it like 8 or 9 weeks into trying it. The thing really is on that end, as far as the time is concerned, especially here on the East Coast, those times in the winter, the sun won't be coming up out over the horizon until anywhere between 8:30 and 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning in the dead of winter. So do you like that? And I guess that was really the issue that was discussed back in the 70s and why it didn't work and why they reverted back to what they're doing now. There's conversations about, saving money and all this other stuff too, and energy and all of that. So we'll see what happens with the Senate and what the folks do there. But all right, let's talk sports. LeBron, yeah, we're still waiting, LeBron. And I spoke about this the other day. I think he's keeping everyone hostage, and he loves it. He loves the spotlight. He's a 41-year-old guy who's been in the league this is going year 24. We get it. We love LeBron. We hate LeBron. If you're a Cleveland fan, you've been down this road a couple times. I'm tired of it. I'm annoyed. Yeah, I'm checking social media about every 5 minutes just to see. Obviously, LeBron's on his own watch. He's doing his own thing. So be it. It would be great to have him on the Cavaliers team. The more that this goes further along, I don't think he's going to be coming back to Cleveland. If he got us all in a tizzy a few weeks ago, which I talked about the other day, and I think it really is silly of him. Great. I'm glad he came back home and he's sharing his love of Akron, Ohio, and Northeast Ohio. But if he was doing that at the time and really wanted to come back to the Cavaliers, maybe he should have made up his mind then. Obviously, he can, like I said, he can do what he wants, but it's annoying at this point, and I think people are actually getting kind of tired of it and getting kind of pissed. So that's where I'm at. I don't know how you feel as Cleveland fans, but I like my Cavaliers team. I like Donovan Mitchell. I like a lot of the other guys on this team. If LeBron wants to be included in that, great. I think it would set Cleveland up for a championship run, obviously. But then again, we've been down this road as Cavs fans. We know what LeBron can do. He's great, but he also is a manipulator, and he can manipulate all day long. I mean, his decision to go to Miami, taking his talents to Miami back in the day, that really bothered us big time. The euphoria when he came back in 2014 in July, just about the same time, was also exciting, but we've done this, done that. We're done with it. LeBron, if you wanted to come back to Cleveland, I think you would have made up your mind 2 weeks ago, but you've chosen to take this out. Now, the other thing that will really irritate the hell out of me, and hopefully it will irritate you, is if he joins the Golden State Warriors. The Cavaliers spent years with LeBron trying to defeat the Golden State Warriors. They did it the one time, 2016, great, run, wonderful championship, down 3-1, all of that, beat the enemy. I mean, we all hate Steph Curry. We all hate Draymond Green. These are Klay Thompson. These guys, we loathe them as Cleveland fans. So if LeBron decides to take his talents to Golden State, it will really put a dent. For me, I mean, he's one of the greatest, great, but him making these decisions and kind of going wherever he wants to, win a ring, that would be very unsettling, especially if it were Golden State. So we'll leave it at that. Let's pause here for a quick commercial break. This is Coffee Jolt. We'll be right back. Hey, thanks for coming back to Coffee Jolt with Johnny, Cleveland, part of the Fanatical Elves Network and fans. First, I want to shout out to Hemisphere Coffee Roasters. Spoke to them the other day by phone and had a nice conversation with Andy there at their company, small coffee company in Mechanicsburg, Ohio. They do great work, and you should check out they have this building there that you can go buy their coffee personally. They have a factory back there. They'll give you a tour. We have a link that on our X page right now that you can go to, click on that, buy some coffee. Some of that will be sent back to us. But even more exciting, we're working on maybe getting a code that we can share with you as fans of their amazing coffee and as Cleveland fans, and you can use this code and potentially get a discount if you go purchase coffee from a Hemisphere Coffee Roaster. So I'll be giving that information out at a later date, but we are working on that right now. Also, shout out to Sherry's Licorice. Yeah, amazing stuff. We started ordering their licorice a few months ago, and it is like 1,000 times better than your standard Twizzler that you get at the gas station. Check them out. I've got a conversation with Dwayne coming up later on, one of the owners of Sherry's Licorice, and we're hoping to work out a deal with them to promote their licorice and team up with their company. So great products. Go check them out. Have a cup of coffee, Coffee Jolt, and have a piece of licorice at the same time. Yay. Okay. I know this other topic with the Browns has been getting a little bit of run in the last 24 hours. There was a stupid article written by a bunch of stupid writers on CBS Sports who decided to rank their triplets, their quarterback, running back, and wide receiver for teams. And it's just a popularity contest. And it's really based just on, how successful these teams primarily have been in the past. So yeah, if you guessed it, like, somebody like the Rams, uh, you know, Seattle, these teams were ranked higher. Cleveland was given the ranking of number 32. That's right. The last place, ranked dead last again. Now they mentioned this in the stupid article that they wrote, and they say that they ranked dead last year, and that nothing has really changed, which is just a farce. It's hilarious. It's stupid, and it's just a horrible take. And these people that write for CBS Sports, I mean, look, they're welcome to their opinion, but if you're trying to tell me that the Browns quarterback, probably Shedeur Sanders, their running back, Quinshawn Junkins, and their wide receiver or tight end, in this case, Harold Fannin, are dead last as the best three triplet threesome with amongst all the other NFL teams. You're just crazy. And we've got Cleveland dead last. I think I wrote a couple notes down here earlier. Pull them up and look at them and discuss them with you guys. The Pittsburgh was ranked number 27. Browns were ranked 32. Guess where they ranked the Bengals and the Ratbirds? They ranked the Ratbirds number 4. Number fourth best threesome on a team, and they ranked the Bungles number 1. Number 1. Unbelievable. Um they even ranked teams like the Arizona Cardinals with Jacoby Brissett, who once quarterbacked here in Cleveland, Jeremiah Love, who hasn't even played a down in the NFL, and tight end Trey McBride, who's a very good tight end. They ranked them 26th. That's like 5, 6 spots ahead of Cleveland. Really? Come on. Jeremiah Love hasn't even ran a down yet. And, Trey McBride's good. He's very good. He's probably one of the best tight ends in the league. And I love Jacoby Brissett, but come on, man. He's like aging, he's anyway, just ridiculous takes here by these writers. I was just doing some stats of my own here, and Shador. I know that some of you who hate Shador find this whole article and this premise probably funny because you probably do think that the Browns deserve to be dead last. But if you do support Shador Sanders, Shador, if you look back at stats, he was not necessarily at the top of the rankings here, but he did have some things that were decent. His passing yardage for the limited number of games that he was in was good. He averaged 175 yards passing a game, uh, which isn't spectacular, but considering when he was thrown into the fire with the Browns last year, I expect all of that to improve. When you consider the running back situation with Quinshon Judkins, I mean, he had 821 yards rushing. He had almost some of the most rushing attempts. Now, his running, they mentioned this in the article that he only had a 3.6 average. I get it. It's not Nick Chubb, but the Browns did focus on the run game and did use him, and he did a lot of good things there. He finished kind of in the middle of the pack, 18th and 22nd in like completions or with attempts, that is, rushing attempts and yards in the league. So that's kind of right there in the middle. And then Harold Fannin, amongst all the rookie tight ends, he was number one. But amongst all the tight ends, including that Trey McBride I just mentioned from the Cardinals, he finished eighth with 72 receptions, and he had 720 some yards receiving, and that finished him at I think number 8 as well. So there's a lot we can look at here, but to put Cleveland at dead last again behind all these other teams, it's just again Cleveland just doesn't get any respect, and I understand that it has to do with winning. I get it. We all get it. We're Browns fans. We understand if you don't win, and that's what bothers me about some of this silly season of the NFL, where we're not playing games and people are throwing out all this information that's just dumb. So these guys who wrote this article, I mean, and they did the rankings. It just doesn't make much sense. So Cleveland definitely is not the 32nd worst or last place team when it comes to quarterback, running back, and tight end. Harold Fannin was spectacular as a rookie, and he's going to do some great things. Quinshon Judkins is going to have another solid season. I would suspect that if he can stay healthy, that average per carry is going to jump, hopefully significantly. If it was 3.6, maybe it jumps over 4, maybe it closes in on 5. I know we're so used to having Nick Chubb in the room where he was averaging 5, 6 yards a carry. Speaking of Nick Chubb, he's still out there. If the Browns want to consider bringing a solid and a guy that loved being a Cleveland Brown, bring him back. Bring back Nick Chubb. Bring him back. Okay, folks. Well, that's all I got this morning. Now, later on this evening, we're going to be coming back with the Stadium Mustard and Cincinnati Chili Show tonight at 9 o'clock. So tune in for that. I believe Rod Bloom and his brother Jeff also will be having their Browns Blitz coming up. I think either later today or tomorrow. Tomorrow evening as well, Steve Gill and I will be doing the Fanatical Elves show at 7:30. So make sure you tune back in to that. We're planning to do some giveaways for some Browns gear coming up here as the season gets closer. And also keep in mind to go buy some Hemisphere Coffee roasters. Got a link there on our X page. We're teaming up with them. We might even have a code to give you guys for your own discount. Plus Sherry's Licorice. Check their website out. Google Sherry's Licorice. Amazing website, amazing licorice. Buy some of that stuff. All right, folks, have a very good rest of your Wednesday. Stay cool. It's hot. It's hot. If you're here in the Buckeye State, hope that air conditioning is working. and you're staying healthy. All right, folks, take care. Talk to you soon. Go Browns and keep smiling.